Used a lot of places, but never Leicester for some reason. And I was travelling around in Leicester today. Before I start talking about what I want to talk about, you've got it bad, there's no doubt about it. It's a dump.
Thank you very much.
But I want to talk today about freedom. I know that's a very general term to use, it's not particularly exact. And I want to talk about the definition of freedom. I'm not going to pick up a Webster dictionary, that's boring, but generally about freedom and how the coming economic recession, in fact, forget coming, the economic recession that's here is going to affect our basic freedoms. However, before I go into that, I should, because I'm always told by Nick Griffin that I should include more about past accounts when I talk, and I never do because I find it boring. So I'm just going to briefly just talk about that before I go on to my speech, so to speak. And to give you an update on, just as Jeff did on the Leicestershire accounts, just to give you an update on the party accounts, because you might as well know I'm here, so you might as well ask. The party's accounts as they stand, we submitted our statement of accounts to the Electoral Commission. Both were in on time, contrary to what some dubious blogs may say. We had a meeting with the Electoral Commission, which is, for those who do and don't know, the governing body for all political parties' finances. So basically, as all the parties conduct their finances, it's their job, the Commission's, to inspect our finances and to see that everything equal to line. And of course, it's not going to resolve itself. The less people who are working are worse off. You can't keep up in the price, it doesn't work. That's just basic common sense. But eventually, and this is where we're getting to soon, it hasn't happened yet, but well actually, you guys in East Yorkshire where I come from, it is happening. And maybe it is happening in Leicestershire, I don't know. Eventually, they stop putting up the prices of their goods and they start sacking workers. And it's always the British worker that gets handed into in the end. That's what all this economic recession is leading to. It's not just leading to prices that are going up on goods, it's leading to British people losing their jobs. And if you think what a ludicrous backward system we live in, where every possible road to the British worker is closed. In a prosperous society, in a declining economic society, he gets stamped on. And in a prosperous economic society, he's got a gun to his head that at any moment is going to pull the trigger and blow his brains out. He didn't, but blow his brains out. So to reiterate, we have a ludicrous position where the worker in a declining society gets hit. And in a prosperous society, he becomes less and less in demand because monopolies take over and as many workers isn't essential because there's no company to turn more and more people to the BNP. And so, I'm coming full circle now, where are we right now? As in, I mean, I almost speak as if us in this room right now are separate to the happenings outside. But of course, we are not. We do come here to the BNP meetings for a reason. We come here to actually kind of put two things up for the establishment. I bet that's the sense of many people here. It's the ability to say, I'm free, and if I want to make an unpopular choice by the state standards, then I'll do it. Because that's what we do when we come to a BNP meeting. We're saying to the state, we're still free, and we'll make our own decisions. And yes, of course, I mean, when we come to the BNP meeting to express the fact that we're very tired of mass immigration, that plunders every resource that this country's built, that our ancestors built over thousands of years, not their ancestors, our ancestors. And we do come to BNP meetings because we're sick of mass crime. We're sick of the fact, I know, that when we come here, I know what happens. I had the same feeling 2 nights ago. You see on the news that a priest can download 50,000 indecent images of a child and get 3 years, which means he's out in just over a year, so he'll be half his sentence. But a guy who's, who actually managed to shoot a scumbag intruder who was trying to break into his home, and he wanted to protect his family, will get life. This is what irritates us, and this, we do come to BNP meetings for this. We come because we're tired of political correctness. We turn on the BBC, or the TV, actually, forget BBC, the TV as a whole, and we see this multicultural utopia propaganda just foisted in our faces every single day. We see the fact that in schools, my niece came home the other day, and They're talking about homosexual acts in school, in lessons. These things drive us crazy. This is why we come to BNP meetings. It's actually for a semblance of sanity. So, we come to the meeting to express our freedom of choice. Good. So do I. As other freedoms are curtailed, like I said, other people will look to us as their rightful alternative. Western civilization has developed the meaning of freedom to become a financial thing. You remove this, and the population will seek an alternative. The BNP will and is becoming fastly the alternative for people. They need something, and there's only the BNP. No one's talking about the Greens. Why are other people wealthier than the BNP? What's all that about? You know, do you ever wonder? It's like when you go on the streets, no one talks about Labour or the Tories. When you're walking down the street, people talk about BNP. When you're in a pub, people are talking about the BNP. They're not just worried about that. They are literally worried about what's going to happen when this population revolts. That's what's on their mind, and they know it's coming. It's at this stage, right now, that the future looks bright for the BNP. Right now. The time, a few years ago, was coming. Nick Griffin used to talk about it all the time. All the crap on. Talk about all the time. Every speech, he was going about the economic recession, and I used to sit there thinking, well, it's talking rubbish. It's not going to happen. It's not going to okay. I've got my Xbox game. What are you talking about? But it is coming. It's here. But I'm coming full circle now. This is the horrible bit to the end of the speech, because I know it's horrible to have a speaker come and talk about money. I could tell Jeff didn't like it. He wants your money. It's horrible. And here I am going to say to you, tell you what, after all I've just explained to you, some might lose your jobs. The cost of living is going to increase. You're going to struggle a little bit more. The climate is going to go in your pockets. You're going to find poverty rising on the streets like you've never seen before. I'm going to say to you, but give us some money. And it sounds hideous coming from me, because after a speech like this, you could just as well cast daggers at me with your eyes. But I'm going to say, after all this, it is so crucial we keep this machine running, because we have to dig a bit deeper. We have to. Because for the BNP, it's kind of all or nothing, isn't it? It's not like the other parties. They can go through downturns in their membership and their income, and they don't quite really care. The councillors will lose their seats. In the big scheme of things, they don't care. But for us, it's an all or nothing. They know the Tories, Lib Dems or Labour will be here in 20, 30, 40 years' time, they think. So they don't really care. But for us, it's literally all or nothing. So support your branch, give until it hurts, preferably until it cries, so you're blubbering back on the floor, and support your branch, and let's go forward and make that this recession, this one-time recession, because once we have a recession, it will recover. Don't think it's not going to recover. It will recover, because the whole process will start again. We've got one chance, which is literally right now. So give to your branch, walk the streets, help your organiser, help your fund builder, give that extra day for leafleting, for elections, go the extra mile, because if you wait until 2 years in the future, it's no point. You'll miss the chance. You'll miss your opportunity. Help your branch now. Thank you.